Hi children, how are you? How was the day? First of all, I pray to God for you and your family members' safety and well-being due to current coronavirus pandemic. I strongly convey you to practice social isolation and adopt all precautions recommended by the medical fraternity. So, welcome to the online classes, children. As usual, today I would like to start progressions which is very useful to the class 10 children. So, please listen carefully, children. Today's topic is Introduction to Arithmetic Progressions. Before entering into the arithmetic progressions, you have to know the difference between what is sequence, what is progression, and what is series. So these three are very important. Let me explain first what is sequence. It is a set or list of numbers arranged according to specific rule or pattern. So here in this case you have to follow the particular specific rule, but it should not be follow the mathematical formula. Just see the first one here, 1 comma 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. You can easily guess the next one, 1 2 3 4 5. It hasn't follow any kind of mathematical formula, but it followed one logic. That's it, children. And see the second one, it is not having any kind of mathematical formula, but it is added to the preceding numbers like 1 plus 1 2. Here you just see that 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 3 8, 13 plus 8 21. If you want to find out the next number 13 plus 21, you will get 34. This is called Fibonacci sequence. So the next one, if you just observe that, the third one, 3 5 7 9 11. These all are it is following the formula Tn equals to 2n plus 1. So I told you before, sequence should follow a specific rule. The specific rule should be based on a mathematical formula or may not be a mathematical formula. In this case, it is following the mathematical formula. So 2n plus 1. If you keep one value in n, 2 1s are 2 plus 1, 3. And 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5. 2 3s are 6 plus 1, 7. Like that you got this sequence. And the next one is 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. You can easily guess it is the set of a prime numbers. It is the prime numbers sequence. I hope you could understand what is sequence. The next one is a progression. What is progression? Progression is a list or set of numbers arranged according to the definite mathematical rule. So what is definite mathematical rule? See the first sequence, that sequence should follow the mathematical rule. So here 1 3 5 7 9 11, these all are we called in our simple thing set of odd numbers. So in set of odd numbers, the formula is involved Tn equal to 2n plus 2n minus 1. If you keep 1 in that, 2 1s are 2 minus 1 1, 2 2s are 4 minus 1 3, 2 3s are 6 minus 1 5, 2 4s are 8 minus 1 7. Like that you will get. And the next one, next if you observe the second one, set of 2 4 8 16 32 64 128. So it is the squares of the power. If you increase the power, like 2 power 0 1, 2 power n, n is a natural number, so the natural numbers are starting with 1. So 2 power 1 equal to 2, 2 power 2 equal to 4, 2 cube 8, 2 power 4 16, 2 power 5, 2 power 6, 2 power 8, 2 power 9, 2 power 10, like that it will go. So what could you understand? The difference between sequence and progression. The sequence is a set of numbers. It's based on the specific rule. The rule should be followed, may be mathematical rule or may not be mathematical rule, but in case of progression, it should follow that definitely mathematical rule. So that is only the main difference between the sequence and progression. Now coming to the next one, series. Yes, series is the sum of sequence up to certain number of terms. Series is nothing but whether is it a sequence or progression, but it should be added. You just see that 2, 22, 2, 2, 2, the next one will be 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yes, so it is the series. It should be added. Sequence or progression should be added. So the next one, Fibonacci sequence, sum of the Fibonacci sequence. See, this is sum of the odd number progression. This is 3, 5, 7, 9 and plus so on. So this is called the series. Now you could understand what is sequence, what is progression, and what is series. Now coming to our lesson. So in this session you will come to know these all are objectives. You can easily identify what is arithmetic progression. You can easily define the arithmetic progression, and you can easily calculate the difference of AP. Common difference mean D. I will explain you later. And derive and apply the general term Tn. So these all are you will come to know. Yes. So if you observe this slide, it is a small pyramid. It's a small pyramid. So in first row you have one block, in second row you have two blocks, in third row you have a three blocks, and fourth row you have a four blocks. So now I would like to ask one question to you. How many blocks are there in third row? You can easily say 3 because it's a small pyramid. You can easily calculate. Whereas if you go with a bigger one, yes, you see here in this pyramid, let you go with this. Yes, in this pyramid you can't count the blocks because it's a bigger pyramid. So I would like to ask one question. How many number of cubes used to frame the 54th row? It's not at all easy job. So we need some formulas, and we can derive some formulas. So such type of formulas, how will you useful to count these kind of complexity problems? How the arithmetic progression will help you, you will come to know in this session. See, here in nature you can easily see honeycomb if you observe that, and bricks, and of course it's the billiards, number of billiards. If you observe that 1, 2, 3, 4, here you observe 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you observe the bricks 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can easily guess the next step. What is the next step? 5. Because you can easily observe the logic. It should follow some systematic rule, mathematical formula. Yes. So this is very, very important, children. So here I have given some blue boxes as well as the green boxes. So in blue boxes you just go with the first problem. The first problem is what? 2, 4, 6, 8. You can easily say the next number is 10. How can you say 10? Because the first number is 2. 2 should be added 2 to reach the next answer is 4. And again you add 2, then you will reach 6. And again you add 2, you will reach 8. And if you add again 2, you will reach 10. So you could understand one fixed number, one constant number is adding to the preceding number. Understand? So one fixed number, one constant number added to the previous one. So here this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, this is the fourth term, you are going to find the fifth term. If you want to find the second term, you are added to the 2 added to the first term. So first term plus 2, you got what? 4. And so 4 is nothing but what? T2, term 2. And also T3, finding T3, how did you get? T2 plus 2. So like that, if you follow the sequence, 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 2 8, 8 plus 2 10. Like that, here also I have given minus 1 upon 2 and 0 and 1 by 2 and 1. If you add 1 by 2 to the previous number, minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, you got 0. 0 plus 1 by 2, you got 1 by 2. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, you got 1. And 1 plus 1 by 2, you got 1 and 1 by 2. So, what did you observe in this case? You can easily find the first term. The first term is called A. In first problem, A is 2. In second problem, A is minus 1 by 2. Clear, children? And one fixed number is adding to the previous numbers. Am I right, children? So here, what is the fixed number? 2 in first problem. 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 plus 2, 10. Like that, here also, in second problem, the first term is minus 1 upon 2. And if you add 1 by 2 is a constant number to the first term, you got plus of, minus of, you get 0. And 0 plus 1 upon 2 is 1 upon 2. And 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2, 1. And 1 plus 1 upon 2, 1 and 1 by 2. So, it has followed one systematic rule. If you observe the green blocks, you just see that the first term is 4. 4 plus 5, 9. 9 plus 2. 2 plus 11 plus 13, 2 here. Understand? 13 plus how much will I add? Still I am in confusing. So it is not maintaining any kind of mathematical rule. So it's not a arithmetic. It is not following progression. Understand? Now coming to the next slide. Just observe that. So what I have explained you in the previous slide, that is given clearly here. So here in first problem, 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 2 8, 8 plus 2 10. And the next one minus 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2 0, 0 plus 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2, like that. Here it follow the systematic rule here. So that's what it is called arithmetic progression. And non-arithmetic progression is, it is not contained, we can't define the answer because it is not following any systematic rule. So in arithmetic progression, you can easily say the main major parts are finding the first term A and finding the common difference between the terms. That is very, very important, children. Here you just see that term 1 is 2 in first case. This problem you just observe. The first term is 2 and the common difference D. How did you find the D? Take any consecutive numbers. Term 1, term 2. The difference between term 2 minus term 1, 2. Or term 3 minus term 2, 2. Term 4 minus term 3, 2. And term 5 minus term 4. You can easily get 2. So, in arithmetic progression, the major parts are the first term is A and the next one is common difference. These two are very, very important. And just observe the definition of a arithmetic progression. What is arithmetic progression? A arithmetic progression is a sequence of numbers or terms in which each term is obtained by adding a constant to the preceding term. Yes, it's very, very simple. If you observe the sequence, you can easily get that one constant number is added to the preceding term. Preceding means back term. So you can easily get the A value as well as D value. I told you before what is the first term. T1 is nothing but A, and the common difference, what number, what constant number, what fixed number you are added to the previous term is called, it's the common difference D. So for D you have the two rules. The D is not constant and the sequence is not an AP. So if D is not constant mean what? Here for term 1 the difference between term 1 to term 2 is 2 and term 2 to term 3 and somewhat it is not following any kind of constant difference number. It's not at all a AP. It may be sequence but it's not a arithmetic progression. Am I right? And D can be positive number, negative number, any kind of number, whether is it a positive number, whether is it a negative number, whether is it a 0. That's it, children. Once again, arithmetic progression is a sequence of numbers or terms in which each term is obtained by adding a constant to the preceding terms. I hope you could understand. Yes, some examples of arithmetic progressions. The first one is, you just see that A equal to 1 and D equal to 1. D, how did you get the difference between any consecutive terms? Here 4 terms are, T1 is there, T2 is there, T3 is there, T4 is there. T1 means term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4. Difference between term 2 minus term 1, 1. Difference between term 3 minus term 2, 1. Difference between term 4 minus term 3 also 1. Yes. And here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. A equal to 2 and D equal to T2 minus T1, 2. Yes. And here you just see that a taxi charges 16 rupees for the first kilometer and 10 rupees for the each additional kilometer. So here you can easily guess taxi charges for first kilometer 16 rupees. A should be 16 rupees and remaining additional kilometers if you want to travel, simply you have to pay 10 rupees for each one. If you want to travel 2 kilometers, 16 plus 10, 26 rupees you have to pay. If you want to travel 3 kilometers, 26 plus 10, 36. If you want to travel more, you have to add 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. The 10 is a fixed rate. That is nothing but in our arithmetic progression, it is called common difference. Yes. Yes. The price of commodity is 80 rupees. Each year, its price decreases 10 rupees. So how? See here, price of commodity 80. 80 means A equal to here. You have taken A equal to 80 rupees. And each year, its price decreases by 10 rupees. So the next year it will become 70. Further year it will become 60. Further year it will become 50. Further year it will become 40. Like that. It follows. Yes. Here in AP you have two types of finite AP and infinite AP. In finite AP you can easily find the last term as well as the first term. But in infinite AP you can easily have the first term, but you can't have the last term because infinite means we can't count. And in first term of AP is denoted by symbol A, already we have discussed. Common difference is denoted by symbol D, and general form of AP. Yes, the first term is added to the common difference. You got the second term, and if you want to find the third term, A plus 2D, T2 plus D, A plus 2D, and this is T3. First you write like this, you can easily understand. T1, it's T2, it's T3, it's T4. Yes. So T1 equal to A, and term 1 is added to the constant number, you got term 2, and if you want to write the term 3, you added the fixed number D should be added to the preceding number T2, term 2, and if you want to write T4, added to the second one, the previous one, sorry, T3 plus D, A plus 3D. That's it. So this is very, very important. General form of AP equals to A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D. Yes, here this is the arrangements of logs. So in the base, here we arranged 16, and the next one 15, and the next 14, and 13, 12. Automatically it will 1 1 1 1 1, it will be decrease. You can say A equal to 16 and D equal to 1. You can easily guess number of logs in the 7th row or 6th row. You can easily guess. How will you guess? Let you know. Yes, this is also example of rungs of ladder. If you observe, see here 35 centimeters are there, rungs of ladder. Here uniformly decreasing. The next rung is decreased only 2 centimeters. The next one will be 31. The next one will be 29, 27, 25, like that. So here A equal to 35 and D equals to how much decrement? Decrement mean minus 2. Yes. Yes. So here increment of salary, some X, some one person joined in one organization. The fixed salary is for year 80,000. The first year it is fixed 80,000, and the second year automatically increment will happen 5,000, and the third year also 5,000. So every year it is increased 5,000. If you observe that, the fixed salary is nothing but D here. The beginning initiating salary, the initial salary when she joined in that, A equals to 80,000. For 80,000 salary per annum, the next year it will become 85,000, and next year it will become 85, further year 90, further year 95, 96, like that. This is also example of arithmetic progression. Yes, you just observe the first question. So find the sixth term of the sequence. So by without having any formula, you can easily calculate 2, 4, 6, 8. The next one will be 10. The next one will be 12. How? Already you know arithmetic series. A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, A plus 4D, A plus 5D. So here you want to know the sixth one. This is the first term, second term, third term, fourth, 5, 6. So A plus 5D is the sixth term. A plus 5D is the sixth term. So in this case, A equal to what? 2, and D equal to what? T2 minus T1, 2. So simply you write 2 plus 5 into 2. So 2 plus 10, 12. So the answer is 12. Yes. So the 13th term of the sequence. So I can't write, my space is not sufficient to write. So we need some formula. So and if you observe the next problem, John has an account in bank. He deposits 100 rupees in his account in the first week. Later he deposits 25 rupees in the account every week. What will be the amount in his account at the end of 20th week? So how can I write in this small space? First week 100 rupees. In second week this is nothing but A and T1, and T2 is nothing but 100 plus 25, and the next one, next one, next one. Here up to I have to write 20th week. It's not possible. So we have a requirement to find out the formula for such type of problems. Understand, children? So with why should we wait? Immediately we can find the solution. Yes. You just observe the third one. John has an account in a bank. He deposit first year how much? 100 rupees. So in first week he deposited 100 rupees. So A equal to 100. That's it. But from first week to second week he deposited 25 rupees na. So the 25 rupees will be added to the first week. So in second week the deposit, the total money in the bank 125. In third week you can easily say 125 plus 25 150. The next 150 175. The next 200, like that up to 20th week how much. So we have to find one formula. How will you find? You just see that here. You just observe the first week A equal to T1. In second week T2 equal to what? A plus D. In third week A plus 2D. You observe, children, here 3, here 2. So T4, now you can easily say A plus 3D. T2 A plus D. T3 A plus 2D. T4 A plus 3D. T5 A plus 4D. T6 A plus 5D. Now you observe, children, if you want to find the third term, it should be 2 here. 1 is decreased. If you want to find the fourth term, 1 decreased, 4 minus 1, 3. If you want to find the fifth one, 5 minus 1, 4. If you want to find the sixth term, 6 minus 1, 5. So from this pattern, from this observation, why don't you write Tn equal to A plus n minus 1 into D? Once again, children, you just see T2 equals to A plus 2 minus 1 into D. T3 equal to A plus 3 minus 1 into D. T4 equal to A plus 4 minus 1 into D. T5 equal to A plus 5 minus 1 into D. T6 equal to A plus 6 minus 1 into D. So you can write that Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. So this is only the general term formula. Children? Yes, you just observe here. How did I explain in previous slide? It is given clearly. Here the first week A equal to T1. In second week the D should be added to the first week, and the third week A plus D, again D will be added. It is given A plus 2D. Like that the procedure is continue. T2 equal to A plus 2 minus 1 into D. T3 equal to 3 minus 1 into D. Like that T20 equal to 20 minus 1 into D. So if you observe that, you know A value, you know D value. 100, 20 minus 1 into 25. 100 plus 19, 25 is 475. 475 plus 100, 575. So if you know this formula, Tn equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, not only 20th week, you can find the 40th week, 90th week, 60th week, 100th week, 250th week, whatever it may be. So if you know the formula Tn equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, suppose if I would like to find the 52nd week, so Tn is nothing but a plus 51d, a plus 51d, because you are going to find the 52nd one. If you want to find 80th, a plus 79d. If you want to find the 20th, a plus 19d. If you want to find the 25th week, so a plus 24d, one should be decreased. So this is very very important. In this case, you just observe Tn is nothing but nth term of the progression, a is the first term, and d is the common difference. Yes, see the number of terms in AP, it's the different case. I will explain you later. Yes, here some problems are there. You just see that. Calculate the first 5 terms of AP that starts from minus 7 and has the common difference 5. So here it is given that calculate the 5 terms of AP. So A equal to minus 7, because it is starting with minus 7 and the common difference is given minus 5. You know that A minus 7 and A plus D, A plus 2D and A plus 3D and so on. So here you just find the first term is already no, T7. The second term is A plus D. A plus D is minus 7 minus 5 minus 12. A plus 2D. So already minus 12 is given. Otherwise you just follow the formula. Minus 7, 2 into D, minus 10, 17. So if you substitute, you can easily get this. So the first term is minus 7, second term is minus 12, third term is minus 17, the next one minus 22, the final term minus, that means fifth term, the T5 is minus 27. Clear, children? Yes. This is the second question. You just see that the sum of the 5th and 7th terms of an AP is 112 and the 10th term is 92. Find the AP. So the fifth term is already I told you A plus 4D, and the 7th term T7 equal to A plus 6D. One should be decreased. Yes. So T5 plus T7, 112 it is given. So instead of T5 you write A plus 4D here, and instead of T7 you write A plus 6D. So you got 112. Now A plus A, 2A, 4A, 4D plus 6D, 10D. So 112. Now 2A, 10D, 112, all the numbers are divided by the 2. So you simply divide by the equation. Now it will be minimize. A plus 5D plus 56, it's the equation 1. And one more clue is given that the 10th term is 92. 10th term means what? I told you A plus 90. You just decrease 1 here between A plus 10 minus 1 into D is nothing but 90. A plus 90. A plus 90 is 92. One more clue also given in the question. Now why should we waste? We know how to solve the equation. So the first equation is A plus 5D and the next equation is A plus 9D. If you write here, if you subtract one another, A minus A cancelled, 9D minus 5D, 4D and 36, and 4 is coming this side, 36 by 4, 9. Now D value you got 9. Now substitute, you take any equation, equation 1 or equation 2. Here I have taken the second equation a plus 9d. In a plus 9d equal to how much? 92. So already you got d value 9. So a plus 9 nines are 81 plus 92, and if 81 is moving that side, 92 minus 81, you got 11. Yes, the main problem in problem, whatever it may be in arithmetic progression, if you know a value and if you know d value, you can easily do anything. You can easily find any kind of what he has given. You just observe that what you wanted to do here. After finding that the sum of 5th and 7th term of AP is 112 and the 10th term is 92, find the AP. AP mean you know what is arithmetic series? A plus D, A plus 3D and so on. Just see that you write a equal to 11, first term over. Second, a plus d, 11 plus 9, 20, and a plus 2d. A is nothing but 11 and 2d, 2 into 9, 2 nines are 18. So 11 plus 18, 29. Like that you have to write. Clear, children? Yes. See, this is a different kind of problem. The following AP mean arithmetic progression have one term in common. Find the common terms 63, 65, 67 up to n, and 3, 10, 17 up to n. Yes. So, in first case I have written here 63, 65, 67 up to n. In second case also I have written 3, 10, 17 up to n. Yeah, as usual you do. In this case a equal to 63 and d you take anything 65 minus 63, 67 minus 65, because I told you before d equal to t2 minus t1 or t3 minus t2. So whatever it may be. So here you just find tn equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and a value 63 you substitute, n you don't know, so d you know 2. So here you got 63 plus 2 into n, 2n minus 1. Here 61 plus 2n you got it. You keep it one place. Now you coming to the next problem. So here a equal to 3, d equal to 10 minus 3, 7. Yes. So you just apply the general term tn equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So you just substitute a equal to 3 and d equal to 7. You got after substituting 7n minus 4. Here 61 plus 2n. Here 7n minus 4 you got. Here 61 plus 2n. Here 7n minus 4. So in the problem it is given that the following AP have one term in common. So it is given, the clue is, so that's what the nth term of both progression is equal. So this is only the logic. So that's what, simply you write 61 plus 2n one side, 7n minus 4 another side, and you just calculate, and the 4 is coming RHS to LHS, and 2n is transposed from LHS to RHS. 61 plus 4, 7n minus 2n. Here 65 equal to 5n and n equal to 13. Therefore, the 30th term of the two given AP is equal. If you follow 63, 65, 67 up to T13 value, next here 3 times are given. So T4, T5, T6, T8 up to 13 terms if you write, and in this case also equal to 3, T1 equal to 3, T2 10, T3 17, like that. If you write the T13, in the both cases T13 value should be equal. We got it. I hope you could understand, children. Thank you very much, children. Once again, stay home, stay safe, save lives. Again I will meet you with sum of n terms in a arithmetic progression in my next session. Until then, bye.